Hi. Uh, Today I am going to do a book review about a book which I have read very recently. It's about primary greatness, the 12 levels of success. This book is written by Stephen R. Covey. And before I begin, let me ask you what exactly you mean by success. Is there any metric for measuring success? For example, if you see a person who is wearing very rich clothes, who is driving an Audi car or a BMW or Ferrari, you may perceive that person to be successful, isn't it? But according to Stephen R. Covey, he redefined the measure of success in another way. Like there are two types of greatness. One is primary greatness, the other is secondary greatness. Secondary greatness it talks about popularity, money, fame, etc. Primary greatness is another thing. That is, primary greatness is associated with integrity, honesty, responsibility, etc. So there are some measures or there are some inner qualities which defines the primary greatness. And primary greatness is actually what you mean by the character of a person. In English, there is a popular saying that if health is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. If character is lost, everything is lost. Like that, Stephen R. Covey defines success as the true character of a person. This character is built on certain levels, and there are 12 levels according to Stephen R. Covey. They are integrity, honesty, responsibility, uh, then sacrifice, personal sacrifice, diversity, loyalty, all these, all learning, all these measures, uh, all these, all these 12 levels contribute to the primary greatness. Okay, so this book talks about these levels and how they contribute to primary greatness. And primary greatness is the cornerstone for achieving the secondary greatness. This, this statement is proven experimentally while conducting a research in a preschool in 1965. 123 students were grouped into two groups. One is a test group and the other is a control group. Test group were given uh, low rewarding task and they they have delayed gratification. So and the control group were not given any of these. So they were given test group were given low priority task and low rewarding, and they were engaged in very boring and repetitive work. Okay, so what happened after 55 years? If you fast forward 55 years, then you can observe that uh, the test group people were more successful than the people in the control group. That is because they learned primary greatness in their preschool itself. That is by using this experiment. So uh, this experiment actually proved that primary greatness lays the foundation for achieving the secondary greatness, or it is a cornerstone for achieving secondary greatness. Okay, and the second thing I have to talk about is affirmations. Affirmations are messages that are given to persons by themselves, like self affirmations. So, if you are using affirmations, you can increase your productivity. While saying this, I recently remember watching an interview given by Saurav Ganguly, and he talks about Shah Rukh Khan before he come to the industry. After coming to the industry, Shah Rukh Khan told Saurav Ganguly that uh, he was not good looking, like Hrithik Roshan or Amitabh Bachchan. There are many other people, and he actually felt like he's not actually in that category. But every day he before knowing before becoming the SRK, the brand we know, he stood in front of the mirror and he actually uh, talked to himself and said this to himself that he is the best. And by this self affirmation process, he actually achieved that greatness. And this is actually what Saurav Ganguly said about SRK. So this proves that self affirmations are actually a very good way of being or achieving the greatness in you. These are positive messages that one gives to oneself. Okay. Then I have to tell about something which is known as mindset of people. There are two mindsets of persons. One is a scarce mindset, the other is an abundant mindset. Scarce mindset people always perceive things negatively. For example, they believe that if they have to give some credit to someone, it will be it's not good to share your resources or share your feelings with someone. They always act selfishly. But abundant mindset people, they are very rare. They actually believe that success is achieved by synergy, that is combining the effort of two or more people, and that's in that way you can achieve success. So to be successful, you have to have some qualities like synergy also. For example, if you observe a football team, if a player is playing very selfishly, then what he can do, then if that player is tightly marked, then he will not be able to play effectively. At the same time, if he is tightly marked, then he can't pass. He will not pass the ball to other teammates, and that causes a change in rhythm of the match. Imagine if the team loses in that game, just because he's playing, the one player is playing very selfishly. So that way, uh, he with that selfish mindset or with that curse mindset, he actually takes the blame for the loss. He should take the blame for the loss. Okay. But imagine a scenario, if the person is having an abundant mindset, he will be readily available to cooperate with the teammates. Even he will walk with the teammates for a huddle and everything. And during the game itself, he if he is tightly marked, he will just pass the ball to the other teammate, and in that way, the teamwork will improve. At the same time, he will be more effective. Okay, that's the importance of having an abundant mindset instead of a scarce mindset. Okay, the other thing I have to say is about integrity. This author measures integrity. There is no standard definition for integrity. Okay, but integrity is defined by this author, Stephen R. Covey, in two things. One is humility, and the other is courage. Humility is about uh, if you do something, you have to say that uh, you are justified. You have to talk to yourself whether I have done something right. It's the mother of all virtues, and courage is the father of all virtues. Okay, so these things is described by the author. So if you have to have integrity, you should possess humility as well as uh, courageous. You should be courageous. Okay. For example, if a friend has done something wrong to you and immediately he apologizes, then you say that that friend is having the quality of integrity. Okay. So this thing is also mentioned by Stephen R. Covey. The other thing is about personal sacrifice and uh, personal sacrifice and taking responsibility. Personal sacrifice means you have to sometimes you have to give up your ego. You have to maintain collaboration with other people. Ego is your biggest enemy. You should give up your ego for you to be successful. If you have developed the ego, you cannot do task. You should be having an mentality of cooperating with others for doing the task, and that will encourage uh, others to perceive you as a person of productivity. Okay, so giving up the ego is one of the biggest things that you can do. It's your biggest enemy. That's what the author says. Okay, and then the other things which are mentioned in this book is about diversity and responsibility. Diversity is means you have to have enough thoughts. Uh, you have to gain acceptance from different diverse people. People around the world are diverse. You have to engage with all of them. Okay, then only you will get diverse ideas, and these diversity brings a lot of changes in you. You should not think of yourself in a very uh, what I say, a very contained environment, a contained room. You should be always open. Openness is something which is against means which is actually aligned with the diversity. Okay, so you should be always open to everyone. You should always hear what they are saying, and you should always proact yourself. You should be proactive. Okay, and that things actually is mentioned in this book. And also you should also reciprocity. Reciprocity is also mentioned in this book. Reciprocity means you should be always have your companion. You should always find companionship among people. Okay, that should increase your cooperative ability. 1 plus 1 according to the synergy, that's also talking about synergy. 1 plus 1 is always greater than 2. Okay, so you should always maintain a gap for maintaining synergy. Okay, the last but not least, he talks about learning and teaching. Learning and teaching go hand in hand. You have to learn. If you want to teach something, you should learn first. You should read a lot. You should understand the material, and then only you must be able to teach something about that. Okay, so this learning and teaching, it's something which goes hand in hand. So you should learn all the stuff which you are in the way you like. Okay, it's mentioning that learning has got a very great role in playing in determining one's success. But learning actually can be through online resources as well, and through offline mode. The most important thing about learning is that you should be able to recollect what you have to say in a very common understanding. You can think of like Albert Einstein's example, if I can say. Albert Einstein can explain all the difficult concepts in science in a very lucid way, or in a way that any person can understand it. So he can explain the theory of relativity in a very simple way for a common man to understand. This I can say it in one of the examples in his book story in Albert Einstein's. Uh, he explained theory of relativity to a friend. Once a friend asked Albert Einstein what is theory of relativity. What he told was, "You just come to my room the next day." And when the friend entered the room, he asked Albert Einstein, "So you know what is theory of relativity?" And he told the Albert Einstein told his friend to put his hands under fire. There was a fire that was just to put his hands to place his hands before the fire for just 1 minute. And his friend actually placed the hands, and after 20 seconds, 30 seconds, he just say it's 1 minute, it's 1 minute, the time is getting over. So he was very reluctant to place his hands, but 1 minute, Albert Einstein said no, it's only 20 seconds, 30 seconds, like that. And for the same friend, he asked, just ring your girlfriend. uh, for 1 minute and just talk to her for 1 minute. And his friend actually rang the girlfriend's number, and actually he talked for more than 1 minute. Every 2 minutes, Albert Einstein entered the room and said, "Now time is over, time is over." Friend said, "No, no, no, it's not 1 minute. 1 minute is not over." So the same person acts differently in different ways. For the same person acts differently in different ways. And in a simple way, he explained to his friend what is theory of relativity. And this understanding makes Albert Einstein one of the greats, right? We all know. It's because he can explain a very complex concept, which is actually related to making of atom bombs also. Theory of relativity, everything is equal to mc square. These formulas, they're very complex formulas. He can explain this in a very simple way to common persons. So that is the importance of learning. And teaching is, you have to be a teacher for your life. You have to learn new things. If you can't learn, then you will be stalemate, or that's your deadline. Okay, you should always learn new things, and you should always learn in a way that you can explain it to someone in a very easy way. And that is also, according to Stephen R. Covey, the lever of success. And that's all about my book review. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you.